Hey guys, this is Mama Carol from Finding a Rainbow Through the Rain. I was going to get on yesterday, but unfortunately, my back was just really out of sorts. We have a senior dog, and sometimes she has a little bit of a problem getting not down the steps as much as up the steps. And yesterday, she was waiting at the bottom of the steps to come in, and as I was bringing her up, usually she does pretty good, but she lost her footing, and I had to literally lift her and bring her, up the rest of the steps. And when I turned around, I moved wrong, and that like put me out for the rest of the day. It's something that I've got to learn about boundaries. Now, I could have told my daughter to go out and get her, but I just decided I was going to do it. To be fair, my daughter was in the middle of doing dishes, so I said, you know what, I don't want to bother her, and I'll go out and get her. But anyway, these things happen, and it's something that one of the while I was away a little bit, um, one of the things that I've really had a hard time dealing with is not being able to shop the way that everybody else can shop. And I'm noticing it a lot, especially this time of year, because everybody's going out and they're doing their Christmas shopping. And for me, I can go into places like Sam's Club, Walmart, um, Publix, uh, things like that, but I can't. Hobby Lobby does have a wheelchair. Aldi's has a wheelchair. Now I do have an electric cart, an electric scooter, whatever you want to call it, and but the only problem is it seems like it seems like my daughter can get it to run in the house here, but when we go out anywhere, for some reason the battery don't want to work. I don't understand it. So in a lot of places, she actually pushes me in the wheelchair, and so other places like Five Below, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, J.C. Penney, any of those, they don't have any kind of wheelchairs, and unfortunately, in a lot of stores, and I'm just going to name Bell's as one of them, their racks are literally so close together that even if I did have my electric cart, I wouldn't even be able to get down the aisles. It's hard enough to be able to walk through them. So anyway, that's my story, and so this was just one of the things that has really been bothering me, and having to deal with, is not being able to do the things that I would normally do. It's just like before. I sold things on eBay, and I would go to the thrift stores, and I would buy a lot of my stock that I would use to resell. And I mean, at one point, I was doing really well. And after, I think this like all took a turn after I got COVID in 2021, and I just ever since then, I have not had the energy that I normally had. And then after my fall, I have so many back problems, and so my life has definitely taken a 360. That's for sure. But anyway, let's get on to some happier things. So, how are y'all doing with your Christmas shopping? Are you getting any deals? Did you do any Black Friday shopping? Um, so how is that coming along? Have you noticed prices are a lot higher this year than they were last year on some things? That's a little bit crazy. But as I was saying the other day, I actually was working on some books. So I showed you a book the other day. This is actually book number 2 that I wrote, which was, well, it's a coloring book. So, Cozy Recovery. And this is, so I basically took ideas of how I feel and thought, how other people feel. So it says be kind to yourself. I'm not sure how that's coming up on the phone, if it's actually if it's the right side. So in this book, so like we've got, I choose to rest today, and small wins equals real wins. And some people believe that you need to have this, that you need to run a marathon in order to have a big win. Let me tell you, making your own cup of tea, taking a shower, those are big wins. Especially when there are so many people that are just laying in bed and can't even get up to do some of those things. So don't ever think just one little thing that it's not a big win. It is a big win. Flare Fort Day. I tell my daughter sometimes, if you can't find me, I'm in my tent coloring. Cozy Recovery. And I'm not going to show you every page, but today's energy. The spoons. How many spoons do you have? If I've not done a video on that, I'm going to. Because so many people say, what do you mean, how many spoons? But that's, this is a perfect representation of how I feel sometimes when people say to me, how do you feel? Because this is what I tell them right here. Oh, I'm doing good. It's a good day. In my mind, that's what I'm going through. So, and anybody with chronic illness can probably tell you the same things. Your Flare Day survival kit. You're in your sweatshirt because you're cold. You've got your hot tea or your hot soup. You've got your tissues next to you. You've got a good book. Your blanket. Little moments of cozy, self-care schedule, stretch and breathe, daily tea time, rest and reflect, mindful moments. So I think, you get the gist of, permission to rest. Give yourself permission to rest. So, and this is the back of the book. And again, if you go on to Amazon and look up Ellie and Sam Publishing, you will find my list of books. Or if you put in Cozy Recovery, cute and easy coloring book, this is the book that should come up. So, and anybody that has placed an order for my other book, thank you so much. I totally appreciate the support. So, just give me 1 second here. This is not the cutest mug you've ever seen. So, that's about all I think we're going to talk about today. I just wanted to show you again what I've been doing. And, of course, I do have a question. Do you open presents Christmas Day or Christmas Eve? It's so odd because I know that there are people that open up everything on Christmas Eve. Now, when my kids were younger, Well, I can't say just when they were younger, but even recently in the past few years, they're allowed to open one gift. And, the rest of it has to be saved for Christmas Day. And that's just in my house. Now, in your house, it might be different. Sometimes it's easier, especially if you've got kids that have just got married and they're spending Christmas over the in-laws' house or whatever. So, like I said, if it depends, it really depends on you. But that is today's question. Do you open presents Christmas Day or Christmas Eve? So that's about going to do it for today. As you know, 3 things before I go. Number 1, subscribe. I had a 5-month sabbatical there, and my count has gone way down. So subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Second thing is, find something today that makes you smile. Now, you're going to find this a little bit odd, but as you get to know me, you'll know that I myself sometimes am a little bit odd. But I was making my tea this morning, and there has been this bug flying around our house. It's been here for like 3 weeks now. And it's like an ant type thing. I don't really know what it is. But he doesn't sting. He doesn't do anything. So I said, just let him go. So anyway, this little bug creature was crawling on the sink. He's only like maybe that big. So anyway, he was crawling along the sink, and he found a drop of water that was on the side of the sink. So I was watching this bug. First of all, he got a drink, which was the cutest thing ever. And then he put his little antennas things in the water, and he was washing his face. Okay, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I just thought it was the cutest thing ever, and made me laugh. That big smile, waiting for my tea, watching this bug. But anyway, name something that makes you smile today. Could be your kids, could be your dog, heck, could be a bug. Who knows? But anyway, and the third thing is, find your rainbow through the rain. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.